In addition to hosting the speakers and panels at this annual symposium, we regularly present the Edge in Tech Athena Awards. To introduce the awards, please welcome Jennifer Mangold, Director of the Fung Fellowship at UC Berkeley. Jennifer.
Thank you, Camille. Hi, everyone. I get the exciting opportunity to introduce the Athena Awards and kick those off for this year. This is the 6th year we've awarded the Athena Awards, and these are for people who are doing exactly what Jennifer Granholm shared with us earlier. They are breaking down barriers for those that come after them in this field. They recognize those who embody, encourage, and promote inclusion of women and BIPOC folks in technology and science fields. They inspire others to pursue and persist in technical careers by way of their outstanding contributions, service, and mentorship to foster inclusion, not only in their own organizations, but also at the field at large. Every year, we present these awards in 4 categories: executive leadership, academic leadership, early career, and next generation engagement. Each year, we have an independent panel of reviewers outside of CITRIS that are leaders in tech and equity to review the nominations, score top candidates, to present for final selection of the final winners. Senior artist Dan Chapman in the CITRIS Invention Lab develops custom awards that are really his vision and also the production. This year, the awards are made of reclaimed exotic hardwoods that were carefully crafted to preserve and showcase the natural beauty of the polished wood. Throughout the symposium today and tomorrow, we will celebrate these winners. I want to congratulate all of them for what you have done and continue to do to promote inclusion and diversity in technical fields. To present the first award, if Professor Erin Hestir from UC Merced will introduce it for executive leadership.
Hello, everyone. I would like to start by reading a few quotes from some students from California's Central Valley who, despite coming from marginalized or underrepresented backgrounds, are finding their way into careers in tech. Valle gave me the push to believe in myself that I can have a career in tech. I was able to step out of my comfort zone, learn new things, and build relationships along the way. Second one. From developing soft skills to learning technical skills, I was able to find more confidence in myself when applying for internships and eliminate my imposter syndrome. And finally, I plan to use what I learned to communicate with others better and reach out to opportunities I thought I couldn't apply to. These are just 3 voices from the over 100 students that are finding their pathways under Google Research Explore CSR program. We call this Valle here at UC Merced. But there are more. Dr. Sepi Hejazi Moghadam conceived of Google Research's flagship Explore CSR program to serve students from marginalized or underrepresented groups across North America, but also India, Australia, Taiwan, Korea, Singapore, and Japan. Since 2018, Explore CSR has reached over 7,900 students via 134 awards to 88 institutions in 8 countries. But there are even more. Dr. Sepi Hejazi Moghadam, Head of Academic Development and Research Inclusion and University Relations at Google, is transforming computer science education and creating pathways for future technologists and computing researchers that represent all users. Dr. Hejazi Moghadam's leadership in this space at Google pushes the visions of one of the world's largest tech companies to reach every age group, from K through 12 to college, graduate students, teacher advocacy, and professor development. He brings faculty from community colleges and universities to Google campuses, sending Googlers to universities, and preparing students for computational successes from novice levels to machine learning. Thanks to the work of Dr. Hejazi Moghadam, more CS programs today are lowering the barriers to entry and improving sense of belonging, community, and intersectional capital to expand their programs and create a diverse talent pool and dynamic workforce. CITRIS is pleased to present the Athena Award in Executive Leadership to Dr. Sepi Hejazi Moghadam in recognition of his contributions to shaping the present and future culture and composition of a leading technology company and universities throughout the world.
Thank you so much, Erin, for the wonderful welcome. Thank you to the Edge in Tech initiative at the University of California for creating this wonderful community and for creating the space for this wonderful award. Congratulations to all of this year's Athena Award winners, including Teresa Maldonado, Veronica Ahumada, and the nonprofit organization Annie Cannons. Thanks to Dan Chapman, the artist and creator of the award, which was made from reclaimed wood. It's absolutely gorgeous. And of course, thank you to Dr. Erin Hestir for the warm introduction, and Dr. Lee Bernacki, Dr. Josh Reveres, and the rest of the amazing team at UC Merced, who worked tirelessly to expose historically marginalized students to pathways in computing. The great writer, James Baldwin, said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." In our increasingly technology-driven world, computer science is critical for all students to learn. Computing is shaping the future of fields as diverse as medicine, climate, transportation, manufacturing, and agriculture. And our students must be prepared with the technical skills to succeed in the fastest growing and highest paying occupations in our future. However, not all students have the opportunity to learn computing. Large access gaps continue to exist, especially for low income, first gen, and students of color. And even when they have access to computing courses, classrooms are not always inclusive and engaging for students from all backgrounds. Erin, you and your colleagues are confronting these barriers head on. Your efforts with programs like VIA are creating a sense of community and belonging for so many undergraduate students in computing. You are unlocking what's possible by exposing them to research experiences, pathways to graduate school, and careers in computing. You are not only changing their lives, but you are moving the field and technological innovations toward a more just and equitable future. So thank you. I'm a part of the University Relations team at Google. Our group is responsible for Google's participation in the external research community. We do this by helping to develop Google's relationships with universities globally and supporting the rising generation of researchers and PhD students. Every day, my team and I take a look at what's working and what's not. We ask ourselves what more can be done. And from there, we try to ensure equity and inclusion across all of our efforts by collaborating with a broad set of institutions, researchers, academics, and students. Over the years, as our efforts and reach grew, we recognized that inclusion in computing at the research level was not well understood and largely unaddressed by Google and industry overall. So in 2017, with support from Google leaders like Maggie Johnson, we stood up the research inclusion team in order to develop strategies and programs which specifically address the limited representation of students and faculty from historically marginalized groups in computing research. The motivation for our team was simple. On average, women earn roughly 20% of computer science PhDs each year. And all other historically marginalized groups combined represent only 3.5% of PhD completions. These rates aren't any better at the faculty level for computing, where there are even fewer women. Those stats created for us an urgent need to develop interventions that engage and retain a critical mass of students and faculty from historically marginalized groups in computing research pathways. I think you all would agree that the world will be an incredibly exciting place, and we will see amazing technological developments and advances in scientific research when we create a more diverse tech community. With that principle in mind and guided by the body of evidence and resources around effective interventions in this space, we began to tackle critical race and gender gaps in CS research by focusing on 3 pillars. First, early involvement in the culture of research. For us, early involvement is early undergraduate level. The second is time, support, and guidance for mentors. This includes peer mentors, faculty mentors, and industry mentors. And the third pillar is exposure to computing research careers. Most undergraduates, if you ask them what a researcher is or does, they probably can't answer, let alone know how to get there. So we really want to create that awareness. So those set of pillars led us to an approach to form partnerships with school alliances and scientific organizations who share our goals, to create opportunities to involve researchers at Google in efforts to inspire and motivate students. And finally, developing programs that support students from historically marginalized groups as they navigate the path from undergraduate to careers in computing research in academia or industry. As Erin stated, one of our flagship programs, Explore CSR, which is modeled on and inspired by great work done by Dr. Carol Fries at CMU, has reached over 7,900 students across 8 countries. That reach wouldn't be possible without the incredible work done by the committed faculty and program officers at each awarded institution. The success of Explore CSR led us to pilot and scale other programs like the CS Research Mentorship Program, which matches undergraduate and graduate students from historically marginalized groups with peers and a Google mentor to support their pursuit of computing research pathways. In 2021, we graduated 590 mentees, 83% of whom self-identified as part of a historically marginalized group in computing. We had over 190 Google mentors, which represented our largest group to date, who supported the mentees along the way. While these results and reach numbers are encouraging, what I personally value most are the outcomes we are seeing through nearly 5,000 completed pre and post surveys across both programs. Our outcomes show statistically significant increases in nearly all the constructs we measure, including student self-efficacy, research skills, belonging, and science capital. This is a signal that the programs and all the great work that our partners are doing across the globe are having real-world impact for the students. It doesn't stop there. During that same period, we made changes to even our most technically rigorous student program, like the Google PhD Fellowship Program, that led to women representing roughly 45% of all incoming fellows from each of the past 3 years, a huge increase from prior years. Of course, none of what we've accomplished would be possible without my dedicated team and leaders at Google, including Chloe Timms, Corey Granger, Sloan Davis, Susie Kim, and our sponsors, Leslie Ye and Maggie Johnson. This award and recognition will be shared with them because this work isn't done by just one person. So we are just scratching the surface on what's possible, and I hope to partner with you all in this great, wonderful community as we continue to move mountains together. Thank you.
Thank you so much and congratulations, Sepi. Thanks to Jennifer for the introduction of the Athena Awards overall and to Erin for nominating Sepi. What a wonderful recipient. We're so grateful to you and to Google for your investments in the next generation of tech innovators, which will be all the more robust, as you point out, with diverse participation. Your contributions to more equitable participation in STEM and to building the future of the field are really inspiring.